Welcome to the Peace and Progress podcast, episode 1. Official? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's up? What do you want to talk about today?
I mean, take your pick.
I got a good one I wanted to start with.
Hmm.
And I think that this is good because it'll be a short topic or conversation. Well, we could talk about two things. Number one, we could talk about how we met the first time or how we reconnected the second time. So I'll let you pick. And then I want to hear your side or your version.
You're asking me to talk about how we first met more than 20 years ago.
The very first time?
Yeah. I don't remember. I remember.
You remember that I was wearing Dickies and a Superman shirt.
No,
you
I
can't
don't
recall.
think it was Superman. I think it was one of those like a graphic tee that had like a joke on it or whatever.
Okay, so then
But Dickies for sure, but that's not hard to say because that's what you wore all the time.
Okay.
You had like every single color Dickies.
Okay, so then let's do
if someone knew you now, that wouldn't be surprising.
What is that supposed to mean?
Based on your hats and your shoes and
that I had every single color.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay, so then we'll do the short version of that and start at that timeline, and then we could talk about the reconnection because I'm more curious about your side or your perspective on that, even though I know the gist of it. But so we met in what year was that? 2002? No, because I would have been 12. No. 2004, yeah. I think. No?
No.
3?
Because
13.
We were in 8th grade, probably 2003.
Yeah.
I think maybe 2002. Because we graduated high school in 2008. So we were
17. I graduated at 17. Well, I guess you would have too.
It doesn't matter.
Anyway, okay, so 2000, we'll say 2003 in the middle. 2003. So we met at 2003 at
Fat Friday.
What? Yeah, but was it
the Boys and Girls Club?
Yeah, the Boys and Girls Club. They used to have a dance every Friday. I guess it wasn't really just a dance. It was like after school.
It wasn't after school. It started like 7 p.m.
Or whatever.
But it was like a teen hangout. So that kids in middle school had somewhere to go and stay out of trouble was like the main thing.
And not do drugs.
Well, yeah. They didn't want us hanging out at the Regal.
And not be hooking up in the corner of the...
I think that was the least of their worries.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like $5 to get in. And...
You want me to remember something from 20 years ago and you remember the price to get in.
Yeah.
Yeah. $5.
The other thing that's crazy that I remember is like the line to get in
was insane.
Yeah.
It was like Night at the Roxbury.
It wrapped around the Boys and Girls Club. And I remember...
It was like a Kanye West concert.
Well, this is going to date us, but I remember that once you got inside in like the lobby area in the Boys and Girls Club, and it's still
Did you have to get a stamp or something?
I think so, but it like wrapped around to one point, and there was payphones right there, either one or two. And I remember as we were waiting in line, we used to like collect like our friends and see if they were coming to Fat Friday.
Shut up. I never did that.
Because this was probably right before or like right around the time that like kids were getting cell phones.
No, I never called my friends.
You never did?
How would you call them if we didn't have cell phones?
I don't know how you used to do it. It's like you collect.
Star 69?
Whoever you call is the one who pays for it. If you don't have any money.
So you used to call your friends and see if they were coming and then you would make them pay for the phone call?
Yeah, probably.
When they could have just showed up and been like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
Huh. That's wild.
I think you have to like accept the call though.
I definitely don't remember payphones.
They used to have them at Valley View too.
I remember that. Because there used to be a payphone. Like
a payphone bank, like when you first walk in by the office.
Yeah, I do kind of remember that.
So we're getting off topic, but
anyway, okay. So back to Fat Friday. So it was like a hangout place.
Yeah.
The Boys and Girls Club, but there was like video games. I remember And they had a dance,
Yeah.
the gymnasium, or no, the basketball.
They
Was it
would keep,
basketball court?
yeah,
No.
yeah, it was. And they would keep like one side open
Wouldn't
so
the
you could
basketball
play
court be the gymnasium?
basketball.
That was the back.
That was the gym. The room where all the dancing was is the NPR.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of. So
Um,
they had a DJ, or they would just play
yeah,
music.
but you're cutting me off. On the one
Oh, go ahead.
side, you could play basketball, and then sometimes on the other side, they would like rent inflatables. Do you remember that?
Mhm.
And so you could, do whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, they would play like now looking back, it was like raunchy music.
They would play From the Window to the Wall
Yeah.
excessively.
Yeah. The Little Johns.
The Little Johns, they would play that.
Yeah.
From the
And
window.
then, I mean, obviously in middle school, like you're thinking you're at a club and they would walk around with their flashlights and making sure.
I did not think I was at a club in middle school. I didn't even know what a club was until I was probably like 22.
Yeah. So we met.
You don't know. You know. You knew what a club was at like 17.
That's not my fault.
Anyway.
We met while we were standing in line, and you were standing in front of me with a couple other friends that I knew. I didn't know you. I knew the two guys that you were with.
Who was I with?
I think Tim and Roger.
Oh my God.
And maybe Miles at that point. But I remember them for sure. And then I was in line with Bethany. And somebody in your group had like the eyedropper.
No, I remember that. We don't have to talk. We don't got to talk about that part. Okay, so anyway, so yeah. Well, go ahead. Okay, whatever. It's just, I feel like it's not.
You guys were like spraying people, like joking, like in line and being like, oh, is it raining? And like being teenage boys. And standing behind you guys, Bethany and I saw what was going on, and we were like laughing or whatever. And I think at that point she had introduced us. And as we got in, we all kind of like stayed together anyways. But I remember, this is so bizarre too. So in the NPR, they had a stage. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there was a couch on it.
Yeah, there was a couch.
It was a casting couch.
Pretty much. So I remember we all went in and kind of like I said, stuck together. And at that point, I think I told her that like I thought you were cute or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she told me that she thought you were cute too. So I was like, oh.
Yep, that was the story of my life.
I bet.
You used to have to beat him off with a stick.
Oh my gosh.
So then you were just like, oh, he's the one in Dickies and a.
Well, I think she then told you that I thought you were cute.
Yes, because that's how it used to go back in the day. For the people that don't know, you used to have your friends ask your boyfriend or girlfriend out, and then your friends would also break up with your boyfriend or girlfriend for you.
Yeah.
You never had to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Fat Friday met, and then
I think you asked me to be your girlfriend
that night. Yeah, that's crazy because I had never met you.
Love at first sight.
Well, no, because here's the real story: is that I couldn't get rid of you, and now you moved in, and you're here, and I have 2 kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I tried since 2002, but it just hasn't worked.
Anyways.
Yeah. So that was the night that we met for the first time, and then we were together for, that was what, 7th grade?
8th grade.
8th grade. 8th grade, middle school, and then.
So about 3 years probably, right?
Well, it was like it's midway through 11th, I think, right?
Yeah.
8th, 9th, and 10th, and then like part.
That, yeah.
Yeah. That we, well, okay, so back up. Because all through high school, from 8th grade, 9th, 10th, and then into 11th, we were like on and off.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
You weren't very kind to me when
I
we were younger.
I'm never going to live that down.
No.
Did I make up for it though?
Even your mom would say that.
What?
That you weren't very kind to me when we were younger.
That I was a mean boy?
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do? I was in high school.
Yeah.
That's what she's bad boys.
Anyway,
so
yeah, we did break up and
a lot.
Well, in 10th or 11th grade or whatever, and kind of went separate ways and
yeah. So anyway, so fast forward to, I guess it would be like beginning of 11th, because I don't think it was 10th seems very early. I feel like we were still together in 10th grade.
Okay.
And then I think it was like beginning of the 11th grade, beginning of our junior year. And then we were just like, I don't even remember what happened. Like having that conversation, like, oh, we're done. Because like I said, what you do?
Not really.
Well, because like I said, we were breaking up and then we get back together and we break up.
Right.
So like, I don't remember what the conversation was that was like, this is the last time that we're breaking up. But anyway, apparently that was it. And, yeah, so like early 11th, and then we don't have to talk about everything in between there. There's a lot to unpack. We can if you want, but
No.
okay. So anyway, so from 11th grade, then we didn't go to senior prom together.
Nope.
We both went with different people. We graduated. We weren't together. And then you went to, did you go straight into CLU?
No, I went
You
to
went to
Moore
Moore
Park.
Park.
Yeah.
So I went to Moore Park for a semester. And then I was like, nope, I'm dropped out of that. So you were at Moore Park and then you transferred to CLU.
Yeah.
And then in that time frame, so that was, you were what, 19, 18, 19 at that point?
When
you went to CLU? Or were you at Moore Park for a while?
I was at Moore Park for almost 2 years, I think.
So 1920-ish when you went to CLU.
Yeah.
And then you were there for 2 years?
At CLU?
No, you were there for longer than that.
No, at CLU, I was there for my undergrad for 2 years.
Okay, so right at 22.
I think I was 21 when I graduated.
Okay, so
college.
we were together for my 16th birthday. So I remember that. But then I graduated at 17. Just before I turned 18, I graduated.
Yeah, because I was 21 because by the time I turned 22, we were back together.
Right. Well, you're jumping ahead now.
But what I'm saying is time-wise, I graduated college.
Okay, so we were together at 16 because we went to my Sweet 16 together.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't together at your Sweet 16 technically.
Oh, that's true. I remember that.
You invited me and I came, and then I got kicked out. Your dad
Oh,
kicked
so
me
you're
out.
right. That would have been the beginning of 11th grade
Right.
because I'm in October.
Yes.
Yeah.
So from, we'll say like 16 and a half to 22
You know what? That is so crazy is that's only like a 3-month span.
of my 16th and your 16th.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we were kind of at that point though, like right after my 16th. Whether we thought about it or not, or knew it or not, I guess I should say. Yeah. So I think at that point, like right after my birthday, I think we kind of were just like not already.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think we actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think we got into an argument like either on or around that day of my party, my 16th birthday party. I don't remember. Anyway, so, okay, so from about, we'll say 16 and a half. So from like 16 and a half to 22, we were not together.
16 and a half.
Yeah, right? Isn't that when we broke up officially?
No, you're literally saying 3 months later, and I turned 16, and you came to my party, but
Yeah,
we
but we weren't
weren't
together.
So you were barely 16, and I wasn't even 16 yet. So at 16,
Okay, so
it
16.
doesn't matter. So many
Whatever.
times, but
Either way. So from about 16 to 22, we weren't together. And I want to let the record show that in that time frame, there was many times that I tried to contact you.
oh yeah.
Yeah. That I would just get ghosted with no response.
I mean,
Well, hold on.
technically, I'm the one who reached out first.
Well, right. That's what I was going to say. So every year on my birthday, well, probably not every year.
No, it
For the
wasn't
first
those
couple of years,
first few
yeah.
years, yeah.
You would text.
I wasn't gonna be texting you if you had a girlfriend.
Why? You're shady like that.
No, I'm not. I'm not that kind of girl.
Anyway, so you would text me on my birthday for the most part. A couple years after that, we had broken up, and you would say happy birthday. And then I would say something like, hope you're doing
We
well.
should get together sometime.
Whatever. I don't know. Whatever I would say. Yeah. To try and get together. And then you would just ignore me completely. And then that would continue for like a number of years, probably for like 3 years, 4 years.
Yep.
At least. So this is where we're getting into now where I want to hear your side because I don't know if I ever really fully heard it. But my 22nd birthday happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I was at my mom's house.
Mm-hmm.
And we were getting ready to go to BJ's in Thousand Oaks for dinner. And you texted me super late that day, by the way. because you also used to text me like first thing in the morning
Mm-hmm.
on my birthday,
Mm-hmm.
which I used to be obviously thrilled because it would be like, oh my God, she's texting me. And she's like the first one to text me, which I would later come to find out it was because you were at the club and your night was still
That's
continuing from the day
probably
before.
not true.
That's what you told me. You told me because you were out and you were just like, oh, it's midnight.
Maybe.
Anyway.
Yeah, maybe that's true.
Yeah. So
Not at 7 a.m.
scandalous.
though.
Not at 7 a.m., but you would text me at like 1 or 2 in the morning.
Oh yeah, then I'd probably.
So anyway, okay, so then on my 22nd birthday, it was like late, obviously, because we were going to dinner. It was probably like 3 or 4 o'clock. We were getting ready to go.
So late.
Well, considering that you used to text me at 2 a.m.
Okay.
So I think I remember too, like vaguely remember thinking like, she hasn't texted me this year, which was interesting because then you did, obviously. And it was like, I want to say it was like it was around 4 p.m. or something like that. And so, of course, I tried again and I was like, hey, hope you're doing well. We should get together sometime, blah, blah, blah. And then you just kept the conversation going. And so what was the real reason that?
I've told you this like a million times.
Because you didn't think anything was going to.
Yeah, pretty much. At that point, it was like obviously like the end-ish of summer.
Mm-hmm.
I had been dating somebody in the beginning of summer and it didn't end well, and then kind of dated just for like fun somebody else like here and there, a few dates or whatever. And as I was dating him, I was kind of like, I don't really want to like pursue this anymore. Like I don't want it to go further. And for that matter, like I don't really think I even want a boyfriend at all right now. Like I'd much rather just be single. And so ended it with him, and then
But that was what was the time span from that to
I have no idea.
our conversation?
I have no idea.
Like a month?
If
you had to guess?
Maybe a couple weeks.
Oh, a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Because I
Savage.
I remember that this guy, after you and I like were actually like boyfriend and girlfriend, and at the time I think I had Facebook, so it was like Facebook official.
Well, but we also didn't really announce it for a long time. Like
No,
our
that's
close
what I'm
friends
saying
knew.
is I think that I must have changed my status on Facebook or something.
No, you
because
posted a photo.
I remember that this guy was like real mad about it. Like, oh, you weren't looking for anything, and then all of a sudden I have a boyfriend, and it's like,
That was like months
I
later
swear.
though. So he was still bitter, like months later. Because that was like I said. So let's go back timeline wise. It was probably like a couple of weeks before that when we started talking. A couple weeks after, right?
Oh, right.
But we didn't start dating. So we started talking on my birthday.
But that's still the end of August. I mean, that's relatively.
But we didn't announce that we were together for like a while, for like a few weeks at least. After that, because I remember, if you remember this, we were at the bowling alley, and you had posted a photo of us at the bowling alley that said something about like Flashback Friday with my boyfriend or something like that.
Maybe, I don't know, but either way, yeah.
Go back on the gram; it's on there still, I'm sure.
Yeah, but
Scroll back.
Yeah.
That was August 2012. Well, probably September 2012.
Right.
Because we started dating at the end of August. Anyway, okay, so then we got back together in August of 2012, August 26, 2012.
And I moved in November.
I know, that was a big mistake. Don't do that.
Oh my gosh.
Don't, not because you moved in. I wouldn't have done it that quick. And the only reason I think I did was because we already had that history, so I knew you.
Yeah.
I mean, but then again, too, is like I knew you in high school and middle school. So, like, you don't,
No,
hopefully
I
you
definitely
changed.
don't think I would have done that if I had just met somebody.
Told a guy that you didn't want a boyfriend, and then all of a sudden you moved in. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good look.
I know.
But yeah, don't, obviously, like, if you know the person really well, like, you guys are compatible, I feel like that's a short time span to, like, move in with somebody.
But I think
from
that,
August to November?
No, but I think that given the circumstances, like, at the time I was renting a room for my aunt, so it wasn't like you could come over that much. Like, if you came over, it would be to sit in my room that I rented at my aunt's house. And so then I was spending a lot of time here anyways. And so then it was kind of like, well, why am I paying this money you know, at this house that I'm never at anymore
Right.
when I could just move in here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't think so. Yeah, I think I had asked you, or no, I think I said something like I probably said it like casual. Was like, yeah, you're right. You're spending a lot of time here. Why don't you just move in? Like kind of half joking, I think, and then, but well, no, half serious. Obviously, otherwise I wouldn't have said it. But
Right.
yeah, and then so you moved in, and what was I gonna say though? I don't remember. I was gonna say something about that point about you moving in. But
How
yeah,
we
it wasn't
told
that
your mom initially that I was gonna like have my own room and all that.
I told my mom
We both did.
that you were gonna have your own room.
Well, yeah, which I did. It was just like all of the furniture that I moved from that house here. I
Right,
just
but
like
I
stayed
was
in.
really only living here by myself at that point
Right.
too.
Well,
So
no, she was still here every couple nights, but once I moved in, then I think she kind of
you
stopped.
kicked her out.
No.
You said it's it.
I like to think that she was like at peace with moving to Westlake full time.
Mm,
So,
okay.
but she still came and spent the night every once in a while
I don't think so. Not
to
when you
hang
lived
with
here.
us.
I don't think so. Not when you lived here.
Pretty sure she did.
Well, no.
Maybe not when we got engaged or anything like that.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, so then you had your own room here, but we still stayed in the same room.
Right.
We stayed in the master, but you had your own room in case I would get mad at you and kick you out and be like, "Go to your room."
I think I only spent the night in there like twice ever.
Yeah. So yeah, so then we reconnected in 2020. No, what was that?
2012.
2012. Yeah.
So about 10 years later. From start to
From
finish.
start to finish, yeah. But we were together. I just did the math. We were together apart almost 6 years. Because we
I
said,
don't think so.
you said 16 to 22. That's 6 years,
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
roughly, right? If we
Yeah.
broke up when we were 16,
Right.
which is
But we were still in
crazy.
school together, so we would still see each other at
Yeah.
school, even if we weren't together.
Or you would come into my work at Tilly's and make fun of me.
Make fun of you, yeah.
Yeah. And just throw things like pencils. And you were mean. You were like, you know, the movie Mean Girls?
Mm-hmm.
What's the girl? The
Do
mean?
you?
What's the
Yeah.
mean one? What's
The
her name?
mean
Gretchen
one.
Wieners? What's that girl's name?
That's not her name.
What's the mean one? Rachel McAdams? Is that her?
Regina George.
Regina George. That was you when you
Right.
would come into my work and you would make like weird faces at me and like laugh and point. No, I remember.
Oh, I'm sure I did.
Yeah.
It was just like a little
You were, I think, a
Karma.
little bitter. Karma for what?
for how rude you were to me.
To
when we
come into
were
my place of
together.
work and disturb me?
Yeah.
That's my karma?
Yeah.
Anyway. So I yeah, so it's crazy too. That's what I was going to talk about real quick. But going back to when we reconnected the second time back in 2012 and we went on our first date,
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy, which the conversation about how that all came to be is a topic for another time. But I think it's crazy that when we went on our first date, Macaroni Grill, which obviously isn't here anymore, and I always tell people like how the first date with people is usually like, it's so awkward because you're like, I don't know what to talk about. Like,
Right.
you guys usually like date now dating apps is a thing, but like you guys usually like connect through that first
Mhm.
before you go on a date. So you kind of figure out what like similar interests and things that you guys have in common. But I just remember when we went on our date, like it wasn't because I obviously we had both been on dates in that downtime when we weren't together, and I think all of mine were like that, like super awkward. Like, what do I talk about?
Mhm.
I don't know this person. Like, are we even compatible?
Right.
And I remember when we went to Macaroni Grill, it wasn't like literally not like that at all. It was the
Mhm.
complete opposite. It was like I think you had said, which is the best way to put it, like no time had passed. Like that 6 years didn't even pass.
Right.
Almost like we went from 16 to 22 and like grew up and matured in that time frame,
Mm-hmm.
but like our connection was still there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just almost like we just picked back up where we left off 6 years prior to that, which was crazy. Because me personally had never been on a date that was like that. I mean, obviously I never had history with somebody, but
Mm-hmm.
I'd never been on a date like that where it was just like you clicked instantly
Yeah.
for me. So I thought that was pretty crazy. And then obviously the engagement is a story for another time. But yeah, I mean, that's the story of how we met. from 2002 to 2012.
How I Met Your Mother.
Excuse me? Which is also crazy, and this is a story for another time too, but we, like, my mom and Mark were together at the first time too,
Mm-hmm.
when we first started dating in 2002, 2003. And so, like, obviously your family and my family dynamic was like relatively the same when we got back together the second time. So we already all kind of knew each other. Like, you had been around my mom and Mark when we were 14, 15, 16. And so, yeah, it's just crazy
Mm-hmm.
time. But yeah, that was it. I think that was a good. I don't think a lot of people know that. I mean, we've talked about it with close family and friends. Okay, well, let's end it. That was a good conversation. Good job, dude. Yeah, you're
Ugh.
exhausted.
Yeah, I keep like zoning out as you're talking too.
You do that when you're not tired, though. You have a full conversation with myself, and you say, "What?" 5 minutes in, which part? Oh, the whole thing. I didn't hear you.
That's a mom brain, but
Anyway, okay, so that's it. Let's end it there. I think that's a good place to stop for the
Okay.
first one.
Okay.
So thanks for coming to my TED Talk, for my podcast talk. Bye, Spider-Man. Yeah. So I don't know. How often should we do this? Maybe like once a week
Yeah.
to start and just see?
Yeah.
I think that's a good start.
Okay.
You want to do what we did last time and toe hug one more time? Finish it out?
No.
You don't want to do that?
Freaking weird.
You don't have to tell the people.
Okay.
All right. Till next time.
Bye.
Peace.